Korps Garda Revolusi Islam Iran, IRGC, tak gentar menghadapi serangan Amerika Serikat. IRGC menyebut, pejuangnya mampu melanjutkan perang intensif melawan Amerika Serikat dan Israel sekira 6 bulan. Dilansir dari tribunnews.com pada Minggu 8 Maret, pernyataan itu disampaikan juru bicara IRGC, Ali Muhammad Naini. Muhammad Naini menegaskan, IRGC menargetkan lebih dari 200 lokasi. Di antaranya, menyasar pangkalan dan fasilitas Amerika Serikat di kawasan. Hal senada disampaikan Iran dengan menekankan, akan terus melanjutkan perlawanan. Iran menargetkan kedutaan dan misi diplomatik AS di negara-negara Teluk. Sebelumnya pada Sabtu 7 Maret, Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump meminta Iran menyerah. Pihaknya menuduh Teheran sebagai pecundang Timur Tengah. Tuduhan itu disampaikan menyusul Presiden Iran Masoud Pezeshkian meminta maaf ke negara tetangga atas serangan yang diluncurkan selama perang dengan Israel dan Amerika Serikat. Bahkan, Trump juga memperingatkan Iran akan dihantam serangan sangat keras pada Sabtu itu. Trump menyatakan, Iran berambisi menguasai dan mengendalikan Timur Tengah. Amerika Serikat dan Israel menargetkan pemimpin tertinggi Iran yang baru setelah Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Seperti diketahui, Iran resmi menetapkan Mojtaba Khamenei putra Ali Khamenei untuk menjadi penerus pemimpin tertinggi. Parlemen Iran menyatakan Mojtaba Khamenei, 56 tahun, putra kedua Ali Khamenei, terpilih sebagai pemimpin ketiga Republik Islam Iran dengan mayoritas suara yang sangat besar. Sebelum pengumuman tersebut, Presiden AS Donald Trump dan militer Israel mengancam akan menargetkan siapapun pemimpin tertinggi Iran. Trump mengatakan pemimpin tertinggi Iran yang baru diresmikan tidak akan bertahan lama. Trump mengatakan AS tidak akan membiarkan Iran dipimpin oleh pemimpin yang tidak sesuai dengan keinginan AS. Presiden AS itu mengklaim ada banyak orang dari rezim lama yang dapat menggantikan Ali Khamenei, yang dianggap sesuai dengan keinginan Trump. Jenazah 6 tentara Amerika Serikat yang tewas akibat serangan pembalasan Iran tiba di Pangkalan Angkatan Udara Dover, Sabtu, 7 Maret 2026. Upacara pemindahan jenazah dihadiri oleh sejumlah pejabat, termasuk Presiden AS Donald Trump. Dikutip dari The Guardian, ke-6 tentara tersebut tewas dalam serangan drone di Pangkalan Kuwait. Mereka semua berasal dari Komando Dukungan Logistik ke-103 yang berbasis di Des Moines, Iowa. Ke-6-nya tewas hanya 1 hari setelah AS dan Israel melancarkan serangan militer terhadap Iran. Rekaman video yang dirilis Fiori menampilkan peti jenazah diselimuti bendera nasional AS. Peti tersebut dipindahkan dari pesawat militer ke kendaraan untuk selanjutnya dibawa ke kamar mayat di pangkalan. Proses pemindahan jenazah dianggap sebagai salah satu tugas paling hikmat bagi setiap panglima tertinggi. Upacara tersebut dihadiri oleh keluarga korban serta sejumlah anggota kabinet. Di antaranya Wakil Presiden AS J.D. Vance dan Menteri Pertahanan Pete Hegseth. Mereka tampak memberikan hormat saat peti jenazah dipindahkan satu persatu. Trump sebelumnya mengatakan bahwa ke-6 tentara yang tewas adalah pahlawan. Ia mengaku sedih kehilangan pasukan dan berjanji akan meminimalisir kematian tentaranya.
It's a very sad day, and glad we paid our respects. It's a tough situation. Great people, great parents, wives, family, and a beautiful ceremony. I guess you got to see that, at least much. Any questions?
President Trump, did what you just witnessed make you think differently about going ahead with this war or even putting troops on the ground in the Middle East?
We're winning the war by a lot. We've decimated their whole evil empire. It'll continue, I'm sure, for a little while. But very proud of the people, the parents. The parents were so proud of their boy, as they call him, my boy, in case the young lady. The parents are so proud. Many of them are military parents, as you know. So but it's always a very sad thing. The war itself is going unbelievably. It's as good as it can be. We have Pete here, and you have Steve Witkoff here. We have some additional questions.
Mr. Witkoff, have you communicated to the Russians not to send targeting information and other assistance to the Iranians?
Strongly said that.
And do you believe that they are?
I hope they're not.
Do you see any evidence?
We don't know, but it's not doing very well. If they are, it's not helping much. If you take a look at what's happened to Iran in the last weak. If they're getting information, it's not helping them much.
What would it mean to you if they were, I mean, even if it's not helping the Iranians particularly much, it's still involving themselves in a conflict that they're not directly?
They'd say we do it against them, wouldn't they? Huh? Wouldn't they say that? We do it against them? I don't know. Look, they can give all the information that they want, but the people they're sending it to are overwhelmed. Russia would be overwhelmed too. Anybody would be overwhelmed. We have the greatest military on earth, and I built it in my first term, and unfortunately, I'm forced to use it now. But when you look at what we did with Venezuela, when you look at what we did with the B-2 bombers, that was a very big moment because Iran was going to have a nuclear weapon within 2 or 3 weeks, and that stopped it, and it stopped it cold. And you ask about maybe going back and getting that, something could happen at the right time.
Is Iran running out of missiles and drones, or do you expect those counterattacks to continue with that?
Not only that, manufacturing capability also. We've hit the manufacturing very hard. They're at about 9% of what they sent out in the first 2 days, and we think that's because they don't have that much. We've knocked out about 70% of the launchers. The launchers are a big deal. Very hard to get, very expensive.
I want to talk about leverage. With every passing day, we have more and more leverage because we have more and more capabilities. We're hitting them harder and harder, and they have less of an ability to defend themselves. So we're pressing the offensive every single day, creating all the leverage the president needs for the outcome he wants.
So it sounds like you think they're running out of water, both of the drones and the missiles.
When you look, I mean, they're sending in much less drones. They're being decimated now. You know, at some point, I don't think there'll be anybody left maybe to say we surrender, but they're being decimated. And when you look also, all of a sudden they apologized to the Middle Eastern states that they shot at them. I was very surprised to see they did that, but you mark that down as a victory for us and for the Middle Eastern states, who are really friends of ours. But I guess they're not going to be shooting at them anymore. They apologized, and we'll see what happens. But that's a big loss. That's a surrender right there. I called it a surrender today. When they apologized and said they're not shooting at them anymore, that's really a surrender to those states and to us. Okay, anything else?
Some Iranians are concerned that the Kurds will carve out kind of an autonomous region as they did in Syria and Iraq.
We're not looking to the Kurds going in. We're very friendly with the Kurds, as you know, but we don't want to make the war any more complex than it already is. No.
You've ruled that out?
We don't want, I have ruled it out. I don't want the Kurds going in. I don't want to see the Kurds get hurt, get killed. We've had a good relation. They're willing to go in, but I've told them I don't want them to go in.